This is Kevin the Apptrepreneur. This is Kevin the Apptrepreneur. Live video. You gotta love it. Mistakes and all. Anyway, yeah, the internet still sucks, so I still gotta do news updates on the 4G network. But, we do what we can, right? Tuesday, getting the new FIFO thing installed, so there you go. Now, today we're gonna be talking about a topic that it's kind of funny. I thought I was done talking about it, and yet when it started, I said we were going to be talking for like a long, long time, and it definitely proves it. But yeah, that remember that crash in Arizona with the autonomous vehicle in the city whose name that I can never quite pronounce properly, no matter how many people tell me how to do that. Yeah, we have more information about it, and it's not good. So, according to the Los Angeles Times, the human backup driver in an autonomous Uber SUV was streaming the television show The Voice just before the vehicle struck and killed an Arizona pedestrian in March, according to a news report. The Arizona Republic reported the driver was streaming the musical talent show on Hulu in the moments before the crash on a darkened street in the Phoenix suburb of Tempe. Police obtained records from Hulu with a search warrant that showed the streaming to one of the driver's cell phones ended at 9:59 p.m. March 18th. The crash occurred about 10 p.m. The newspaper received the more than 300-page report from the Tempe police late Thursday. Elaine Hertzberg, 49. No, Los Angeles Times. I don't want a 3-month trial. I just want to read the articles for my viewers and do the news. Elaine Hertzberg, 49, was struck as she crossed a darkened road in the middle of a block. It was the first fatal crash involving a self-driving vehicle. Prosecutors are considering charges against the driver, 44-year-old Rafaela Vasquez. I don't know if I pronounced that right either, to be honest. As previously released video of the crash showed, Rafaela was looking down just before the crash. She had a startled look on her face about the time of the impact. The National Transportation Safety Board is a preliminary report issued last month said the autonomous driving system on Uber's Volvo XC90 SUV spotted Hertzberg about 6 seconds before hitting her, but did not stop because the system used to automatically apply brakes in potentially dangerous situations had been disabled. So, yep, the system was disabled while Uber's cars are under computer-controlled, quote, to reduce the potential for erratic vehicle behavior. The NTSB report said. Instead of the system, Uber relies on the human backup drivers to intervene, the report stated. But the system is not designed to alert the driver. Now, why is this the case? I don't know. Especially since, you know what, I will say, while I am skeptical of the autonomous vehicles, when Google was showing off their self-driving cars, aka Waymo, there would be, whenever the car would be in a situation that it wasn't sure could handle, it would sound like a little alarm for the driver, like, hey, you might need to take control of the car soon. So why was that not part of the Uber system? I don't know. Let's see here. The police also released blurred video from the responding police officer's body cam and one recorded conversation with Raphael while she was seated behind the wheel, according to the newspaper. Quote, the car was in auto drive, she said to the officer. All of a sudden, the car didn't see it. I couldn't see it. I know I hit her. Well, yeah, of course she didn't see it. She was watching The Voice. And the report says police initially determined that Raphael was not impaired after giving her a field test. Several days after the crash, they got search warrants for her 2 cell phones and served them on 3 companies, Hulu, Netflix, and Google, which owns YouTube. Yay, YouTube. Hulu provided records showing Raphael was streaming The Voice just before the crash, the newspaper reported. In the lengthy report, the police wrote that Raphael appears to be looking down the area near her right knee at various points in the video. Sometimes her face appears to react and show a smirk or a laugh at various points during the times that she is looking down. Her hands are not visible in the frame of the video during these times. A detailed analysis from the video from inside the Uber SUV shows that during the 11.8 miles traveled before the crash, Raphael looked down 204 times toward her right knee, according to a report. Of the nearly 22 minutes that elapsed during the distance, Raphael was looking down for 6 minutes and 47 seconds, the newspaper reported. So, roughly a quarter of the trip, or a third of the trip, I should say. Quote, the crash would not have occurred if Raphael would have been monitoring the vehicle and roadway conditions and was not distracted, the report says. A crash report also indicated that the self-driving vehicle was traveling too fast for the road conditions. The report concluded that even though Hertzberg was outside of a crosswalk when hit, Raphael was inattentive and failed to take control of the vehicle to avoid the crash. Her, quote, disregard for the assigned job function to intervene in a hazardous situation contributed to the crash, the newspaper reported. An Uber spokesperson said in a statement Friday morning that any use of a mobile device by a backup driver while a vehicle is moving is a fireable offense. Quote, this is emphasized during training and on an ongoing basis, the statement said. Yeah, but she maybe wasn't fired. She was probably given a huge severance package to leave. Anyway, one more little paragraph, then we'll talk about that real quick. After the crash, the ride-hailing company said it did a top-to-bottom safety evaluation, reviewing internal processes and safety culture. Uber also said it brought in former Transportation Safety Board Chairman Christopher Hart to advise the company on safety. Yeah, like maybe paying your drivers better and not having ones that suck so much. Maybe you pay for the good ones. Anyway, so this, yeah, I guess this is still going to be going on. There was another report that I read from MSN that said that the police might actually go after Raphael for vehicular manslaughter, and that's certainly possible. But I don't think this dissolves Uber of anything, and in fact, this just complicates things more because, yeah, the driver's at fault. But you know what? Uber, this is their flagship product. This is the product they are hoping for the future. They should be hiring technicians and safety people, and they are hiring